everyone. Welcome to Late Night Syndrome with Michael Huber and Kyle Bossman.
Hey.
Kyle Bossman, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine on this evening.
This
chilly summer evening.
This bright, sunny evening. Kyle, I wanted you here because I wanted to get intimate. I
Okay.
wanted to get real. I just wanted to
Just
talk.
you and me. Let's get into it.
Just me and you. I just
Yes.
want to talk about things,
Okay.
Kyle.
Really? That's what this week's episode
That's
is
what
about?
this week's about.
Okay. Just to
Yeah.
be clear, Huber did not prepare a thing to me. Did
Yeah.
not tell me a thing about what this week's episode is about.
Completely blind.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just want to talk.
Okay, cool.
First thing I
I'm
want
really
to
down
talk
to
about
this. Okay.
is E3 is over,
Yeah.
done in the past. Were you happy with it?
Yeah. Yes.
Eddie, are you going to elaborate?
Yeah. So E3 is more than press conferences. I think people who were disappointed in E3 were disappointed in the press conferences.
Yeah.
But the games that were on display, Huber, is just it's like the best array of games that we've ever seen.
The culmination, some might say,
No, because I
of
mean,
the generation.
it's only getting better, dude. It's only
Yeah.
getting better from here. So I don't know if this was the culmination, but it is culminating.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is hard for me sometimes to block out the nostalgia because games are so ingrained in my life from birth. So it's like I'm always going to look back at, growing up, playing Mario, playing Zelda, like growing up with those games. But
Yeah.
to just remove yourself from the situation and look at what was on display is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So that was E3. When it ended, we kind of all retreated into our caves, still hard at work.
Yep.
But what was the first thing you did when E3 was over, Kyle?
Great question, Huber. So, E3 ended, late on a Thursday for us.
Yeah.
I went home, got some Del Taco. Del Taco is open 24 hours. So,
But you're a Taco Bell guy.
yeah.
You prefer Taco Bell.
It's different times for different times call for different taco
They
places.
can coexist.
They can absolutely coexist.
Yes.
Taco Bell for lunch. Taco Bell on the way to Jones's. Just get some Taco Bell. Just some nutrients. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Late night cravings. Del Taco.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Because you're from East Coast. Mm-hmm. I'm from Southern California.
Yeah.
We have an allegiance towards Del Taco down here.
Got it.
Southern California's Del Taco. Mm-hmm. Even people from Northern California, I used to live in San Francisco for a while.
They're all Del Taco.
No, they're Taco Bell.
Oh.
So it's like a NorCal versus SoCal versus East Coast, West Coast. The Taco Bell Del allegiance.
It's so unnecessary.
It is unnecessary.
They're both good.
On the way to Jones's, Taco Bell.
Yep.
On the way home, Del Taco.
Simple as that.
Every time.
It's as simple as that.
Let us know in the comments which you prefer, or if you prefer both.
Yeah. I de-stressed, Huber. I de-stressed after E3. You recollect, you think about the things that went well, the things that didn't go well.
Yeah.
You don't stress about them for too long. You get a day.
Yes.
You get a day to feel bad about the bad stuff.
For like 2 days, felt bad about my episode. I wanted more people. I wanted more hype.
Really?
Yeah. Just gotta, because it can always be better.
Yeah.
Always. Where do you draw that line of just get it out?
How much time do you have to record?
That day was pretty tight because I was sharing Dawn with Ian.
Yeah.
And we're kind of a 3-person unit. Mm-hmm. And then I had appointments for the entire time after. So I had this tiny little basically 3-hour block.
And it was the first 3 hours of E3.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's hard, dude.
It was hard. It was hard too because by the time I got there too, I realized the schedule's kind of messed because it's all industry people.
Yep.
Luckily though, Ian was nice enough, Dawn was nice enough to kind of hang out until the floodgates opened at 2
And that's when you
p.m.
got your interviews.
And that's when I was like, all right, 45 minutes straight of just hype with everyone.
Yeah. Do you ever feel pressure to do it bigger and better than last year?
I always try to do a different thing.
Yeah. So what was this year's thing?
So this year was just celebrating the developers. Celebrating the devs, because we're getting such great games. Resident Evil's coming back.
Yeah.
So I tracked down some Capcom people.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that was a developer who you said thank you to.
He was involved, though. He was PR or something.
Well, yeah, we were just saying PR. Thank you to PR people for
anyone associated with the production or distribution
Okay.
of a game.
All right.
I was pumped on.
Sure.
Last year was cool because it was the first time it was open to the public. Mm-hmm. So it was like, dude, I'm gonna get all these first timers.
Yeah.
You know? Got a couple first timers this time, but yeah. Kyle, have you seen any movies or television shows lately?
Yeah,
What have you been
I saw
watching?
Incredibles 2 yesterday.
Dude!
Yeah.
I want to watch it!
Yeah, it's a cool movie, man.
Because Beth had not seen The Incredibles 1, and I said, yo, we are seeing Incredibles 2. We are watching Incredibles 1 right now. She'd never seen it.
Did she have a good time?
She had a great time.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So we saw, because like, you know, you got to plan out your week ahead of time. She works, I work. It's pretty tough. So Ocean's 8 was ahead of Incredibles on the docket. It had been out longer.
Sure.
And I really wanted to see it. She really wanted to see it. So we saw that. It was pretty good.
Ooh, Huber, I do not like the sound of that.
It could have been better. It was good.
Man, I wanted that to be so good.
I wanted it to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Sandra Bullock is best in the biz.
She is.
Best in the biz.
And Anne Hathaway and Kate Blanchett. All of them are amazing. I loved it. And it's kind of an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. situation where the plot necessarily isn't the best, but the cast was having so much fun.
Sure.
Like, I want a sequel. This movie wasn't that great, but I want a sequel because I want to see them all back together again, pulling off a job. Because it was jolly.
I don't know if it's going to happen.
It bombed.
Yeah.
It didn't bomb, but it is failed to meet expectations.
Didn't pass the threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredibles 2, though. Was it better than 1?
Past the threshold. Yeah, I haven't seen 1 since it was released.
Okay.
But like it's funny, Huber, Brad Bird used to be like a guy in like my top 5,
Yeah.
and I started to wonder if he was losing it.
Yeah.
I think he said no to Star Wars. I want to make Tomorrowland, you know? It's like, is this guy losing it? He didn't lose it. He still got it, baby.
Okay.
He can still write and direct. And
Yeah.
yeah, you can see craftsmanship and storytelling in a movie like that, and I really respect that big time.
Nice. I also love Sophia Bush. I know she's in this one. She was not in the first one. Big
Who's Sophia
fan.
Bush?
She was in One Tree Hill. She's in the Chicago universe. Chicago Med, Chicago Blue, Chicago Fire, Chicago.
And what does she play in this?
I don't know. She's a voice. I'm avoiding spoilers. I'm kind of
Okay.
medium blackout.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know if she's a villain or a hero or what she is. I just know she's in it, and I love her.
I want to temper
Brooke Davis for life.
I want to temper your Sophia Bush expectations
Okay.
because I don't think she's a major role as I'm playing through the movie in my mind.
Okay.
I want to temper those expectations.
All right, they're tempered.
Don't see it for Sophia. See it for the other
For
reasons.
sure.
Yeah.
It's a bonus.
Yes.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
All right, what TV shows are you watching, Kyle?
Not a lot, Huber. We're in our summer season. My shows are over.
Yeah.
Yeah, last show I saw I loved is Barry.
Barry.
Barry's
Dude,
just the best.
I put it on hold.
Oh, pick it back up.
I need to go back.
Yeah.
I watched the first 3 episodes,
Okay.
and everyone, including you, were just like respecting the integrity of the story by just saying, yo, dude, Barry.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Barry's like
Yo.
what I want to do when I grow up. I want to make a Barry. You know,
Yeah.
I want to make a show that is as good as Barry. It's crazy to watch a show that good.
Those are admirable dreams, Kyle.
Atlanta. I watched it like Atlanta. I got caught up in Atlanta this summer too.
Dude, Atlanta's amazing.
Oh, you're up on Atlanta.
I'm not fully caught up, though.
Okay.
Halfway through season 1. I've been slowly going through Atlanta.
Yeah.
Love Atlanta.
Yeah, that's a really good show too.
Yeah.
Similarly, like, man, I wish I could make stuff this good.
Those 30-minute shows.
Yeah.
Underappreciated.
Yeah.
Too many long shows. Does every Marvel Netflix show, Kyle, need to be longer than the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
No.
No. Absolutely not.
Cut the filler.
Cut half of it.
Cut it out.
Just cut half of it.
You don't need a B story.
You
You don't need one.
But Luke Cage season 2, actually, I'm going through that. And it's
digging
good
that?
so far. I really like it. It's just, it's a little too long, dude.
Yep.
You know? Like,
on,
if
man.
there are whole entire scenes where I'm checking my phone,
Oh,
that's a bad sign.
does Iron Fist show up?
He hasn't yet, but Colleen Wing did, and she's amazing. She's like the the ninja, like she's good martial artist.
Do weird, freaky villains show up?
There's the strangest villain with the coolest name, Bushmaster. Bushmaster,
That is
dude.
not the coolest name.
Bulletproof Jamaican guy. He rule and like it's so cool because the dialect is so authentic.
Uh-huh.
I put the subtitles on just to see. I like rewound a conversation
Yeah.
and like his lingo and vocab is going all over the place. I don't even know like half the things he's saying, but when you put the dialogue or when you put the subtitles on, it like kind of translates it.
Does he call people blood clots?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. It's pretty awesome. So, he's cool. He's like bulletproof. He's ripping bullets out of his flesh. Like, doing drugs, just like, you know, just standard villain fare.
Bushmaster.
Bushmaster.
Okay.
Saw a really good GameSpot article titled, "Who the hell is Bushmaster?"
Put Luke Cage on pause.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
Time to go back to Barry.
I'm going back to Barry.
Yeah.
I gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
You know my Marvel Cinematic Universe fanboyism is powerful.
Huber, I was thinking about video games in the context of the way TV series stories are told.
Yeah.
And the way there's stakes, the way there are things that move. And I think of like an RPG. I'd love to play an RPG that moves the way that a TV series does.
Yeah.
And they just don't. They're cool with stagnating. They're cool with taking a predictable path most of the time.
Yeah.
And I would just love, I mean, it's crazy that like Aerith dying in Final Fantasy VII isn't like, that was so huge because like that was like you could not see that happening in a video game.
Yeah.
And like more characters should die in video games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A game cannot end with finality because they need to make a sequel. If it's good, they have to make a sequel. So you can't have like a big ending to a video game where like everybody dies or like something bad happens.
Yeah.
Without there being a hint of hope. You know, so it's this weird kind of thing.
And you know, dude, Kyle, that makes me think of a franchise that I'm about to spoil. So get out of here if you don't want spoilers for Resistance. Do you remember? Resistance.
No. So, no, I don't remember what
Spoilers
what
for
happens
Resistance.
with Resistance.
So Resistance 2,
Yeah.
you die.
You die at the end.
You get killed by the dude that you play as in 3.
Oh, weird.
And I think that's really cool. And
Yeah.
they took a shot. And like growing up though, that bothered me. I was like, yo, Nathan Hill, man, I want to be my video game hero that I've been for the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And then you start 3 and you're just like some weird guy and he's like, yo, we gotta save the earth, blah blah blah. And I was like, I didn't appreciate it at the time, but now that you bring that up, like I respect it. I
Yeah.
respect the move to kill the face of your franchise.
Yeah.
Because he's on the box of 2, you know, his face is there.
Yeah, man, it's
He's
weird.
a guy.
It's like I feel like anti-heroes in video games aren't true anti-heroes. They're just cool people who do bad things, you know?
Yeah.
They don't it feels like they don't often take a stab at making this character unlikable to you.
Yeah.
And being okay with that. Just like this character does good things but also does bad things. Bad things are happening. You're not meant to always like this character.
Yeah.
Maybe Joel in The Last of Us, but like
Saul.
like Saul.
Saul Goodman.
Yeah. Yes,
You
dude.
better call him.
Yes.
He does bad things, but I love him. But also, he's kind of bad. He's terrible. He's got a good heart.
Saul, I'd say
he's a complex character.
Saul is, I would say, more redeemable than most of the Breaking Bad characters.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What about Jesse Pinkman though? He's very redeemable.
Yeah.
He did some bad things though too.
But you're rooting for him at the end.
Yeah.
You're still rooting for Jesse Pinkman.
Walter White is irredeemable.
Yeah. Yeah. He's irredeemable. Very selfish. Man, that's what I dig that so much. Because you can say more. You can say more about people when you're willing to show how bad people are.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like, I'm the hero and I win.
And I will defeat evil.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Morally gray.
No, like morally bad.
Morally bad.
Not even, it's not gray here. It's just like, there's just like people are bad. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the full thought is that I was having. It was still mid-development. But yeah, I feel like game stories just have so much to go. in terms of like character development and story development being interesting.
I'm so glad you said that, because just replaying old video games, like I'm replaying Devil May Cry, you see how far storytelling has come.
Sure.
Like, Devil May Cry 2, admittedly, is not a great video game, but just in terms of the plot and the writing, like, Dante shows up and the old soothsayer is like, so-and-so is controlling the world. Please stop him. And then he flips a coin and says, looks like it's your lucky day. That's it. Like, evil dude is doing evil things. Please stop him. Okay.
Yeah.
Is the plot.
Yeah, and I mean, that totally works for video game if your game is so fun. Yeah, it's like Huber, and when you're doing like screenwriting, you know, and just even like it matters for every scene of every TV show. Every scene should move the plot forward. Every scene should be important to the character. You should learn more about the character, or the plot should move forward. You know, in video games, it's kind of just like the traveling journey. You know what I mean? It's not really like that scene. Whatever happened in that town didn't necessarily affect the characters. It's like, oh, we just learned where the bad guy is next.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would just like to see things matter more, I guess.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
Yes.
Because video games are getting crazy. And chili tastes good.